University of Maryland professor Jason Nichols recently went on Fox News Channel on Tucker Carlson, and he went on there to discuss Columbus Day. Now, there was a video that came out of a racist, rabid white supremacist called this man and left him a long rant, and we're going to get to that, but we need to show what really gassed her up on the program. Now, I'm going to show you a clip of Tucker Carlson on that same program, just two little clips, and then you're going to understand in the context why this woman is just acting crazy and why Fox is just extremely dangerous to the ignorant mind. Let's roll that clip.
Welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. So the left has finally found the only immigrant in history who had no right to come to America. The only one who didn't improve the place by his presence. His name? Christopher Columbus. His crime? Violating the sovereignty of the people who lived here already. Plus, he was the wrong ethnicity. Now, try making that argument about any other immigrant to America and see how long you keep your job. But whatever. Happy Columbus Day anyway. Enjoy it while you can. Your grandchildren won't even know it existed. Professor, thanks a lot for coming on.
Thank you, Tucker. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. So people are upset about Columbus. Here's the lens through which I view this. Here you have an immigrant from a Spanish-speaking country coming to this continent for a better life, and you're saying he's not welcome here. That sounds like bigotry to me.
So, Tucker, let me adjust your lens a little bit. We have a person coming from outside of our borders, coming and terrorizing and killing 250,000 American citizens in 2 years. We'd probably call that person a terrorist, correct? Those are the people that we don't want in our country. Those are the bad immigrants. Those are who we vet and try to keep out.
Okay. Well, I hate to give a history lesson to a professor, but Columbus did not kill 200,000 people.
Oh, no.
What you're referring to were the viruses that Columbus and his crew in subsequent waves of explorers and immigrants from Europe brought to the New World that decimated the native population, which is obviously a tragedy, but it's very different from what you're alleging.
I'm also talking about European brutality. Also, he laid the map basically for the transatlantic slave trade. He was the first person to take captives across the Atlantic.
Tucker Carlson know better than that. And did you hear how he tried to act like everyone that's speaking about Columbus and telling the truth about him is something wrong? Oh, you're just being bigoted toward Europeans, and he used all those dog whistle words like Western civilization and statues, and people should fight for statues. So he keeps doing this over and over and over. So when you watch that kind of programming and you're extremely ignorant and you believe, oh, it must be the truth because it comes from Fox News Channel, then you're going to make a phone call as similar to what you're about to hear now.
Seconds. Mailbox 51158. To listen, press 0. To delete, press star D. To skip, press the pound sign.
This message is for Jason Nichols. I've been listening to him on Fox. You know, this fucking nigga, you niggas are not going to be satisfied until you change every fucking piece of shit holiday to nigga day. Okay, you can have it. Let's change Martin Luther King, nigga day. Christmas, nigga day. Columbus, nigga day. He's talking about Columbus killing 200,000 people. Well, that's the fucking camel niggas. They got the nigga blood in them. The terrorists, the fucking Syrian Muslim piece of shit ISIS nigga terrorists. Well, don't you give a shit about them? I mean, how many people did they kill? The fucking camel niggas. How many fucking niggas that were killed in Africa by other niggas? Huh? You tell me that. How about the trafficking, nigga trafficking of young children? What about that, you fucking piece of shit? You're unbelievable. You people, you niggas are unbelievable. I mean, it's just, you blame everybody else for your demise. And you know what? You love to get a bleeding heart because that's how you survive, by playing the fucking victim. You people cannot live in a civilized society because you're fucking primates and you're uncivilized. 50% of the murders over 50% of the murders in this country are committed by fucking niggas, and there's only like, what, 15% of you people? You know, you don't belong here. You fucking don't belong. The rest of you fucking assholes are either working for the state, working for the college, working for the government, working, or working for the cities, and I'm paying for you. You're either fucking on welfare, looting me on fucking welfare. What the fuck do you niggas do all day on fucking welfare? Or you work for a fucking college, and I'm still fucking paying for you. It's sickening. You're fucking sickening. 50 years of affirmative action that I couldn't even get a job because of you fucking niggas. I was almost raped by a fucking piece of shit nigger in a ladies' room in a restaurant. My cousin, 21, a fireman, defended the housing project where you fucking animals live. He was murdered by a fucking nigger. You people are disgusting. You don't belong here. You belong in Africa where all the jungle monkeys are. Let's face it. I was a probation officer. I saw it for my own. I heard 18, 19-year-old girls coming to me. They were picked up for worthless checks. You know what? Their mommies told them, you better get yourself fucking pregnant because you got to bring in fucking money. Then I worked with high-risk babies. I worked with a black couple that was very rich in the community, and she told me, all these fucking female niggas are looking to get pregnant by my son because, we're rich in this area and they want support. You fucking assholes. You don't belong. Your IQ level is so low. Statistically, white people have higher IQs than you people. You fucking son of a bitches. All you do is play the victim. The Asians come in here, they get out of the fucking ghetto. The Russians come here, they get out of the fucking ghetto. You fucking assholes. What are you, that stupid? You can't even fucking get out of the ghetto? You love it because you like to do your drugs. You like to live in filth. Let's face it. That's who you are. You are jungle monkeys, and there's not. Look at Chicago. 18,000. Look at that. 3,000-4,000 murders. You fucking people killing one another. You niggas are killing. You don't see white people doing that. You fucking niggas, you're killing one another. You don't give a shit. And you know what? You fucking niggas sold your own kind into slavery. Who the fuck do you think sold you into slavery? The niggas in Africa. Hello? Get real. Get into a realization. Put your fucking drugs down. Stop stealing from me as a white person. Stop looting me. That's all you fucking niggas did. Affirmative action. Come on, 50 years of affirmative action. I couldn't get a job because of you fucking niggas. And then I see the niggas that they hire. They couldn't even fucking write their name. I worked in a pre-apprenticeship. Very quickly, I just want to finish what I had to say. I was involved in a pre-apprenticeship program, and I was making maybe $10 more a week than they were giving these 35 people, 23 years old, an affiliation with the unions, the Carpenters Union and Painters Union. There's 30 blacks and 5 whites, okay? All right. I was making $10 more than they were a week, and I had my master's, okay? So I gave up my time and my effort. That's why I know what's going on, because I deal with niggas. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Do you know, after a week, 30 of the niggas never showed up. The 5 whites did. This is a pre-apprenticeship program trying to get the GED, and I was a teacher and counselor. I was a good person. I didn't feel the way I did. The more you deal with niggas, the more you're disgusted with them. But anyway, none of these niggas showed up, right? And I asked them very nicely, I said, why aren't you all coming again? Ours don't work for chump change. Ours don't work for chump change. That's what they told me, these niggas. Ours don't work. And they're going to do this again. That piece of shit Obama's going to do this again. Don't you understand? This is over a 20-year period I'm talking about. These fucking niggers, you never change. This is over a 20-year period in 3 or 4 states. I remember being 9 years old. My mother taught sewing, in the housing project. And you know what they told her? You work too hard, the niggers. You work too hard. Why don't you get on welfare? And let the white people work, let the white people pay for you. You work too hard. Go on welfare, like we do, okay? That's your nigger mentality. That's your nigger philosophy. I'll tell you, the only people who respect niggers are the ones who don't even have anything to do with them, like that fucking Hillary cunt and that other piece of shit Pelosi. I doubt very much if they have anything to do with niggers. And this is the truth. I know more white people. I don't know one person that ever killed anybody. But yet, my cousin was killed by a nigger, and I was almost raped by a nigger. You know, you're disgusting. You know, you play the victim, and you're not victims. You know how to do it. You never fucking work. I go shopping. I always see the niggas buying stuff. I don't see them fucking working. They all work for government plantations. It's totally disgusting. It's about time a white person tells you how they feel. Because we're flipping the bill for you fucking bastards. That's all we do is flip the bill. And we can't even get a fucking job because of affirmative action. How many more fucking years? 50 years of affirmative action. How many more fucking years do we have to pay for you bastards? I am so tired of it. I am so tired of it. When I was like 8 years old, I was reading books like Go Tell It Around the Mountain. I bet you don't even know what the hell these books are. And Black Boy, you by Richard Wright. You read this. I had empathy for the blacks. Boy, when I got to work with them, I really knew how you all were. How you all are. All of you. I had black friends. You know what they did? I got so sick and tired of them telling me how bad Whitey was. I am so fucking fed up with it. The white people have given you everything with a silver spoon, you know, and you can't even get out of the fucking ghetto. All you do is kill each other. You are totally, and kneel down. That's all you fucking do. Get off your fucking... Yeah, you should be kneeling for the security people who help the fucking nigger athletes, who protect them. That's who you should be kneeling for. The policemen who sit there and protect these fucking piece of shit athletes. You know, you're disgusting as a race. You really are. And if I were black, I'd be so fucking humiliated and embarrassed. It's about time you hear it from us white people. A lot of white people feel like I do, because you're nothing but fucking niggers.
Before we start the commentary, I want to reach out to our viewers and supporters to help us reach our 3,000 member goal on Patreon for a minimum of $2 or $5 per month. I want to thank every person who's helping us on that platform, because you're helping us keep the show going. So as you heard that Savage on the telephone speaking to this brother, and shout out to him for recording that and allowing all of us to hear what this Savage had to say. See, people all over the world, this is the true America. And when they put out the lies about us as black people, understand something. You're seeing the truth now. And this is something they don't like. They don't like you knowing the truth about who they really are. Now, this woman is the average Fox News viewer. Will take in misinformation, will take in downright lies, and take it as fact. This is why Fox News Channel is nothing but deceptive programming on those who are unlearned and those who are like to be told what to think instead of thinking for themselves or doing some research for themselves. And I get there's a lot of people all over the country and all over the world, actually, that don't want to do a lot of research. And I'll tell everybody, research. The things about Columbus that came out, that came from research. You can't hide behind a fictitious hero anymore without finding out the facts. And all the facts that came out about the guy, and why would we celebrate someone like that? Now, I did a detailed video about Christopher Columbus, telling the truth about him. You can check that out on our channel. I'll try to pin that in the comments somewhere just so you guys can go look at that video. So Donald Trump, remember, he said he likes the uneducated people, and this is people that's his supporters. Now, this Savage stated that black people are always victims and you're looking for bleeding hearts. The conversation on Fox News Channel had nothing to do with victimization, but if you want to get down to the details and you want to bring up victimhood, black people have always been victims of white supremacy. We have. From the moment we got here until now. You can find every area how black people are victimized. And if you're tired of hearing it, well, why don't you put it into it? But you're not going to do that, because this society was built off of victimizing other groups of people so you could stay on top. Now, this woman stated that black people were primates. And if you really want to get into that conversation, let's have it today. Do you know that in school, you taught, even me, and you was in control of the education system, you stated that you came from a monkey and then you evolved into a human being. This is what you taught. This is not what black people came up with, okay? So you came from a rhesus monkey. That's where you came from. You admitting this. Now, black people don't grow fur. Not at all. We don't have no fur. If you shave the hair off that monkey, what is it going to look like? Just asking that question. We have no relation to that monkey. I mean, if you want to break down, I mean, the monkey itself, the lips, you can break that down. You can break down the situation with lice and so on and so on. What do you mean about primates? That's not where we come from. We are the original man and woman that was created. So that's your ancestor, not ours. You're projecting who you are, not who we are. We have two different lineages. While you was in the caves, we was free, running kingdoms and free in the jungle doing what we want to do. So just remember that if you want to bring up, apes and all that. She stated that we're not civilized. Correct me if I'm wrong, but European history states that you didn't take baths. You believed water would make you sick. This is European history I'm talking about here. You believed that lice was the pearls of God. This is what you believed. And it wasn't until the Moors came around you and showed you that water will make you sick and you can bathe. And the Moors taught you that you can bathe twice a day because they believed in bathing morning and they believed in bathing in the evening. So if it wasn't been for black people, you wouldn't be civilized either. That's just the truth. If you want to refer back to Christopher Columbus and all the Europeans that came over here, remember, Europe didn't send their best. A lot of the Native American people who was already here were wiped out by what? Disease. So when Europeans came over, they brought vile diseases with them. If you don't take baths, you don't keep clean, if you feel lice is the pearls of God, of course disease gonna come with you because you're not taking baths. Jesus Christ. Now I'm gonna call it what it is. I don't see how any person would lay down with any one of them and you don't take a bath. Jesus Lord. Don't get me started on that. So before you talk about civilized, everyone else knew about baths except you. The Native Americans knew about it. Africans knew about it. Everybody knew about taking baths. So please, you're the last group of racists to be speaking about anything. But, Fox News Channel won't tell you that because they don't want to educate you on your history. So this Savage stated about the murders. Oh, and this is something I always want to quote. Oh, blacks commit 50% of the murders, but they're only 13% of the population. And anytime you hear that, let's really break that down. Black people are not 13% of the population or even 15% of the population. How is it that we stay at the same population, we don't grow, but yet this baby is being had all over the place in our community? We don't have a negative birth rate. We're great on birth rate here in America and even in African nations. Her group has a birth rate that can't sustain their population, but she's not going to refer to that. She's worrying about black people. We aren't killing ourselves off like that. And even the so-called Chicago, notice they never do a detailed research on who's all the victims and who are the murderers who are doing things in Chicago. Because if you listen to Fox News Channel, you would think that Chicago is only made up of black people. There's the white people in Chicago, there's Hispanics, there's Asians, there's Arabs, there's blacks, and actually a lot of blacks are leaving Chicago. So what are you talking about? And then when it comes to murders and being charged of murder, black people are always overcharged and oversentenced. Caucasian males will get charged with manslaughter when they slaughtered up a place. You have a guy in Las Vegas that just shot over 500 people, killed almost about 60 of them, and still won't call him a terrorist. You see where we're going here? Who do the school shootings? It ain't black people in the hood. We don't go do no crimes like that. We're not trying to blow up banks. We're not trying to blow up airports. What in the hell are you talking about? But they're not going to put that down on paper because it'll make you look bad. Understand something. The same people putting that statistic down is the same people that want to maintain the system. And if we already know the code is do not make them look bad. And if they do look bad, have an excuse for everything and never a solution for it. So this woman is the last people to talk. And I tell many of you, don't ever argue with them about statistics. Don't get into that, because what is the point of that with them? First of all, it's going to be misconstrued. Number two, they only saying that to make themselves feel better. And at the end of the day, we have done enough talking. Like Minister Farrakhan said yesterday, talking should be done with them. It's no talking. There's no explaining. It's no, let's talk about race. No. We've talked enough. It's about doing things now. So she can miss us with that. That's the last thing we'll ever argue with anybody. So this idiot stated that, and I want to make sure I read it just right, that she blames black people for her not having a job. So you mean to tell me that you are a waste of white? And what I mean by that is you live in a system of white supremacy that benefits you wholesale and even benefits you more because you are a white female and you still a failure and black still got past you. I really know that makes you upset if just to see a black man pass you or a black woman pass you, because these blacks have to fight for everything 100 times more than you. You just have to wake up in the morning and do what you got to do at a minimum and get to where the black people get to with no education. So I know it must really do piss you off. Think about it from my point of view. It would piss me off if all I had to do was just show up and I get something versus other groups that had to work hard and then they got past me. I guess it would piss me off, but it is what it is. It's your fault that you was a failure in life. It's your fault that you upset and mad at people that just done better than you. It's just that simple. And one thing that a lot of them are upset about, brothers and sisters, is that this world now is more about competition and not just being who you are. So the privilege is greatly diminishing, and people like her are upset about that. If she's not going to compete with other people to try to get jobs, then she's going to be stuck out. Now, she also brought up affirmative action. Now, white women are the #1 beneficiaries of affirmative action, not blacks. That was gutted long time ago. And that's the only reason why it's still in existence. If affirmative action really benefited blacks, and that was the only reason blacks got jobs, they would have got rid of that long time ago. Now, she's talking about rape. Now, any other time they bring this stuff up, this woman sound and look like her breath stank, the way she's speaking on the phone. What person want to touch her, please? She's talking about she was a probation officer. And you wonder why brothers go to jail more than what they should. Now, they let you out on probation, then you have to go deal with that savage being your probation officer, looking for any little thing to put you back in jail. But at her house, she's calling you the N-word all day long. Now, this is one of your high IQ people, because she referenced IQ. And it lets you know how savage you have to be to look at a number system to measure your intelligence, not your decisions in life, not your track record, or none of that to measure your intelligence. No, a number tells me if I'm intelligent or not. And they hold on to this IQ test like the Holy Grail, when that test had to be amended 3 times for them to even pass it. But they say they have high IQ. Yeah, how's that high IQ working for you? You can't figure out why you can't get a job, even though the system's set up for you. Your high IQ can't figure out why the country's in debt. Your high IQ can't figure out why the system is just crumbling every single day. Your high IQ can't figure out that you can't fight perpetual wars all the time. But it doesn't matter about any of the things I'm talking about, because remember, it's the black people's fault why you don't have a job. Even though your high IQ couldn't figure out that your own white corporations Send all your manufacturing jobs to China. China has came up to be the #2 economy in the world off of your manufacturing jobs. But your high IQ can't figure that out either, and neither can your high IQ president that's lied to you and say he's going to bring back manufacturing jobs, but yet he's tweeting about the NFL instead of worrying about your manufacturing jobs. He's gutting your health care as we speak because a lot of you in those rural areas that voted for Trump, you depend on Obamacare, and you know you do. And now because he gutted the subsidies, you're going to pay more on premiums. But hey, high IQ. Now, you stated that whites don't kill whites. Well, you know, in Las Vegas, that was a big white on white crime. In one fell swoop over there. We have seen, like I say, school shootings in predominantly white schools. I've seen a school shooting by Tyrone and Pookie or Ray or Man shooting up a school. Just never seen that. And remember, you commit crimes, about 84% of you do crimes against each other. So what are you talking about? Crime is in every community, but you so focus on black people, yet you don't focus on your own problems like crystal meth, heroin. You talk about trafficking. Oh no, you do a lot of trafficking. You're not focused on yourself. You focus on everybody else, and you feel that if you can deal with everybody else, you'll be okay. But yet you're crumbling every single day. See, people like that was on that phone, I just really think they shouldn't be able to vote. I don't really think they should have a voice because they're ignorant. She couldn't bring a coherent sentence without cursing or using racial slurs. It's just that simple. And unfortunately, these kind of people are in America. I wish we can gather them up and ship them off somewhere else and they can be happy. Don't have to deal with multiculturalism. Don't have to deal with black people. Don't have to deal with none of that. Because notice, they're not saying they want to go to a European country where it's all white people. They're not saying that. I would think that most of the alt-right and people that think that way, like this woman, would want to go to a European country where there's no blacks. And they got places that don't have a lot of blacks, like Poland and many other ones. But they're not talking about going over there. They're not talking about going over there because they actually would have to compete for work. They wouldn't have no privilege because everybody's mostly over there white. So who you going to subjugate? That's why they don't push to go to European countries like that, because they can easily get their passports. Like they tell blacks, you know, planes fly to different European countries every hour on the hour. Get your passport and go back to Europe if you don't like black people. It's just that simple. Columbus was a savage. He was a devil. He raped people. He killed people. People that tried to be nice to him. That's what he did. He went back to Spain in chains once the Queen heard what he was doing in the Caribbean. But yet America is celebrating that guy, saying he's the founder when he actually never stepped foot in this part of the land. He landed on the Caribbean. But yet you lie and act like he landed here. But that's that indoctrination and miseducation they teach our children. So with all this being said, this is the Fox News Trump supporter. And y'all better find somebody to run against Trump, because those kind of people run to go vote real quick. And I know some of you say you don't believe in voting, but you need to get out there and vote when you have a chance in your local election, presidential, whatever. I'm not one to say don't vote or I don't believe in voting. I'm not going to say that, because that's something that's stupid. And I know there's a wing of us in this country that says, I don't think you should vote. Well, remember, Donald Trump has said about y'all, he said, y'all didn't vote, and he's glad you didn't vote. Talking about black folks, because that's why he won the presidency. Let you politicians, and I tell black people, you got to make them have an agenda for our community. And if they don't have that agenda, they don't get our vote. You have to leverage your vote. You don't just say, I'm not going to vote, because if you don't bring nothing to the table at all, force them to answer you or deal with you to get something out of you instead of just giving your vote away for free, then you're not going to get nothing out of the deal. It's something that I'm saying, that's what I'm going to push. If you're not going to have a black agenda, then we don't vote for you. I don't care what color you are. Let me know what you think about this particular video and this ignorant woman and what this brother had shown the world. Share the video, like the commentary, subscribe for more news stories.